this is Ilina, and today I'm sharing fun cards using the Petal Pusher's Crazy for Daisies stamp set, and we're going to do some ink blending emboss resist. This is perfect stamp to be colored. However, if you want to make a bunch of cards at once, the emboss resist technique is great. So I'm using the large flowers like bunch stamp, and we're going to use Just Because and Thinking of You along with I want to send you a smile today sentiments. I'm making 4 cards here, but you can make as many as you wish. I'm using my stamp positioning tool since I'm mass producing this, and I'm positioning that large stamp to go probably around like halfway down the top, and then we're gonna turn it around and stamp it on the bottom too. So I'm using Watermark ink, the LDRS Creative Watermark ink, and I'm gonna emboss in white. So I'm just trying to position this one to make sure that it's halfway so my images don't overlap. But even if they overlap, we're gonna put sentiment in the middle, so that will be covered, so don't worry about that. So I'm stamping it a couple times with the Watermark ink. I'm gonna repeat for 3 panels, and then for my 4th panel, I moved my piece of cardstock a little bit higher up, so we have that flower cluster covering almost the entire panel. The panels that I'm stamping on are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then at the end, when we're assembling the cards, we're gonna trim those down to 4 by 5 1/4. So for this one, as you see, I moved my panel about 1 inch up, and for that one, I won't stamp on the bottom part. I'll just leave just the top part. So now we're gonna apply the embossing powder, the white embossing powder, on all of the panels and heat set it. So make sure that we have, it's really hard to see when we emboss one white on white, but if you tilt it under an angle, you can see which parts are embossed, which are not. So now we are repeating the same thing, just turning our panels the other way around, so we stamp on the other half of our cardstock. And again, we're going to do for the 3 ones that we didn't move about 1 inch up. Apply the white embossing powder. Again, stamp and add the embossing powder, and we're going to heat set those. So making sure that all of the embossing powder is nice and melted. So next we're going to move to ink blending. So I'll use different colors. I'll just show you one here. I'm using here the Banana Cream Pie, Tangerine Dream, and Soft Kisses. So I'm starting from the middle where the 2 parts of that flower bunch meet. I'm going kind of concentric circles. So I started with yellow in the middle with the Banana Cream Pie, then I went with the Tangerine Dream, and then Soft Kisses. Kind of blending the inks in between colors to have nice and a smooth transition between colors. After I'm done, I wipe the ink off with a microfiber cloth, so we reveal that white embossing powder that was covered with ink. Now I'm doing, I already did the other 2 that are the same type. So I used Prickly Pear, Pear, Lantern Yellow, and Marina Madness for one, starting from the Lantern Yellow in the middle. Then I went with Prickly Pear and then Marina Madness. And for the 3rd one, I used Lantern Yellow, Soft Kisses, and Boysenberry Blast. So for this one here, I'm using Peach. First I started with the Soft Kisses, then I went Tangerine Dream, then Peach, then Lantern Yellow. Next, what we're doing, we are using the Petal Pusher coordinating die to die cut all those flowers. So I set those aside. Now it's time to stamp our sentiments. I'm using white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp with the Raven ink. And here you see that I dissected that Thinking of You, so I can fit it in one of the circles, the smaller circle from the Scalloped circles die set. I'm stamping in black, the Raven Black. I'm gonna die cut those using the smaller circle. And for the larger circle, that's the little scalloped one, I'm gonna use white glitter paper. So before we move on die cutting those, the one that we just had one image stamp, I'm stamping I want to send you a smile today. So this is a little bit different than the other 3 cards. So here is the coordinating die, and we're using white glitter cardstock. So everything is die cut. I'm just positioning where I want to adhere those. And I'm pulling out some note cards and fun foam. So I'm trimming my panels down to 4 by 5 1/4. And if you have a little piece that comes out from those petal pushers, you can just add a piece of cardstock on the back of your panel, and then adhere that back up so you have a full panel. Once we push out those petals, I'm adding adhesive on the parts that are not dimensional, that are not cut, and I'm applying some fun foam. Also, I'm adhering the circle sentiment to the scallop glitter paper and let that to dry, and now we can assemble our cards. I'm adding some foam squares on the back of my sentiment, and I'm adding that in the circle in the center of the card where those concentric circles start, where we have that lightest color. That here I used the yellow, the banana cream pie or lantern yellow. So I decided to do thinking of you and just because for those, so I can have a bunch of cards on hand to send to friends. Now we're adhering those to top folding note cards. And you can leave the cards as they are, or you can add some embellishment. Here I decided to add some iridescent jewels. So I'm adding some strong adhesive and adding a few jewels to each card, just for a little bit more sparkle and interest. So with this, we're finishing our cards and they're ready to go in the mail to your friends and family. Thanks for watching. Bye.